Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Funnel Factor. Happy to have you here. Today we are doing Wednesday, our third day of Garrett J. White Week, which is super exciting. Let me make sure my sound is working though real quick. Okay, looks like we're good. So let me know if you're here. Hashtag live, hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. I love to see who's watching this, and I love people who are interacting and leaving comments as well. I'm trying my best to watch comments as we do the show, but I need practice. So please blow up the comments so that I can practice like looking at them while I am talking. I have two monitors, so comments on one side, the landing page we're breaking down on the other side. So it's a bit to juggle. So give me the practice, give me all the comments. What we're gonna do today is jump over. Let's see if you're. Let me back up a little bit. I'm gonna put 10 minutes on the clock, and in that 10 minutes, we're going to break down another factor of the Wake Up Warrior Challenge landing page from Garrett J. White. If you're new to Funnel Factor, what we do is every day we're focusing on a different factor of the page, and we're looking to see what is the strategy they're using in different areas and different elements of this page, right? Different factors, Funnel Factor, that's what we're called. Okay, so today we're focusing on hashtag upscale. It is the U in our trust test that I put all of these through. And what that means is if you think of upscale, think of like high end, high quality. We're looking at the design today. So we want to focus, we're going to kind of ignore the message for today only. And we're just going to look at the quality of the design of the page. Because believe it or not, the design matters of your funnel. It is the very first thing that gives people their first impression, right? First impressions matter. They say a lot. And if your page looks sketchy, then they're probably not even going to stay on the page long enough to hear your message or see your offer. So we're going to focus on the design. So right away, I'm gonna actually reset the clock because I was talking for so much because I want to focus some time on this. This is such a long page. Okay, so we see right away there is a really cool logo here at the top. This is the name of the offer up here. There's just something really cool, and I don't know if we could see it bigger. Let me see if we can see it bigger. It depends on how small their actual file is. Okay, it's not the black background, but we can see like there's a shield. It might be something that is used a lot throughout Garrett J. White's programs. I'm not 100% sure on that, but this was like professionally made, and it just looks high quality. He could have just slapped something together, but they actually took some time to make a good logo, which means you already know that this is like, it's already upped the perceived value of this offer, right? Okay. So moving on, we have a background image, right? This isn't just like in other funnels that we've looked at so far, a lot of the times they're using pictures of themselves as background images, but this is just a really subtle like texture background. It's a little more visually interesting than just using a plain blue or keeping it plain black. It just is. It's more appealing, especially towards the demographic that Garrett's trying to reach, right? And it's just that those little touches bring in the high quality upscale factor. Okay, moving on. This is really, really cool that I actually didn't notice until just today. You see this little arrow? It's very subtle, but it is helping with directing the eye. So as we're scrolling through, we know we're supposed to watch the video. Cool, we watch the video, but then there's just this little subtle touch of like, okay, make your eye come down here. Flow to down here, because this is the next thing you need to read. Your time to rise is now. The button also has a really cool glow on it. I think that looks like it's just the standard effect that ClickFunnels has out of the box. I don't think that looks like coding. Could be wrong though, because it looks a little heavier on the bottom. It's been a while since I've used that, so I'm not exactly sure, but there is an effect in ClickFunnels that does this. And it's just, again, it's adding another little touch to it. It's also drawing attention to the button so that people know like, I'm going to click on this, right? It makes it obvious. Like, this is a button, click me. It's like, click me, click me, click me. All right. So now let's scroll down. We have the video following us up here, which is also a really cool thing to note. That is a feature you can also turn on in ClickFunnels, that your video basically becomes sticky. It turns into a little pop-out video and will follow the page. I believe you can change the settings, so you could have it in this corner, you could have it in this corner. And that way, if they are just kind of checking out the page, they can still be like watching the video and listening on the video at the same time, which is really cool, especially for a page this length, and a video this length. They might get like antsy, like, okay, I get the point. Like, they're, this is a 43-minute video, or maybe saying like, okay, I get the point. Like, let me just start checking out this a little bit more. But they also kind of want to just keep hearing what Garrett has to say. So they get the option to do both. The background picture here is, we're going to focus a lot more on this tomorrow. I'm assuming that this person up here is Garrett, but the video is hiding it, and there's no way for us to move the video, so a person wouldn't be seeing him right there. I also see Garrett right here. So there's a couple of things happening where you're seeing his tribe, right? We're going to actually focus a lot more on that tomorrow. But design-wise, it's just like adds visual interest, right? It's breaking it up. We're all about pattern interrupts when we're designing pages. And so we've got texture, we've got black, we've got blue. Now we've got another background. And so it just makes it more interesting to look at. Again, we have another background here. We went from black to another background. This is almost like a leathery look, or maybe, I don't know, it almost looks like veins. I'm not exactly sure. It kind of looks like veins. It kind of looks like a leaf. It could be whatever. It's very abstract, right? The point is that it's abstract, and it's just adding some texture to it. Then we get to the white. Before we get too far down here, though, I do want to jump back up here to these graphics. Again, mock-ups are so important, but high quality mock-ups. If you can get like professionally made graphics for your page, it's just going to make your offer look more valuable. It's going to be a little bit easier to make the sale because it looks more legit. It doesn't look like you're a total newbie starting out and you made your own graphic and threw your template funnel together. It just makes it look better, right? Got testimonials. We're going to focus more on these testimonials tomorrow as well. Let's see, we got 4.5 minutes. Let's see how far down this page we can get. Do you see my little scroll over here? We're only a very small percentage of the way down the page. Okay, we're going to skip the testimonials. That is our Thursday topic, so we'll dive into those tomorrow. Okay, so notice, we're noticing a lot of background changes. We're noticing, buttons are glowy, and this is also a single column, so he does switch it up a lot. If you guys watched Dan Henry week, we know that all of Dan Henry's page was about this narrow the entire way down, single column all the way down it. It was this narrow, and it was all white. You can see the difference here on Garrett's is that he's switching it up, which I actually prefer. We've got single column that's wider. We've got double column, single columns that are wide, and then we've got double again. Excuse me. This is a really cool thing to have the testimonials kind of like flow down in this other column here. Then we go to this really narrow column, and then we go to a 3. So he's like really switching it up, which I think adds more visual interest. It helps break it up. It helps keep the eye engaged. And overall just keeps your people reading more because they're locked in. They are interested in seeing the different things that you have coming up. And it's really cool to have the different backgrounds because of that reason too. It helps signify like, okay, we're switching gears, we're switching topics. And again, it just breaks it up. It breaks it up. Imagine if there weren't these breaks in colors here. And this entire page was just white all the way down, and he didn't have any of these different backgrounds or anything. Like, how quickly would you leave this page? How quickly would you be bored with it? All right, so let's see. I actually haven't seen the end of this page. I haven't really looked at it closely. So let's scroll down a bit. We do have a lot of white happening. This is the bulk of his message happening right here. I believe this is where we discovered yesterday he's telling his story. So it is a little more plain, but he still has these definite like headlines, these sections dividing them up, and there's a very consistent look to it as well. We've got every time there's a new thing for him to point out, he's got this black full width section with this text in it, and I like the consistency. I think that was really awesome. Then we go back, so we have his background again, and back to a medium width, I believe, column. So not super skinny. I think it's interesting that he keeps switching between the different widths. Again, another black. Let's see what else we can find. Back to all white. This is different. So now we're to it's a white background, but we've got a reddish, like pinkish glow behind it. And I'm wondering why, let's see why they chose to do that. They're highlighting this particular area. Let's see. I'm just reading quickly the context. So he's just going into like, I don't want to make assumptions here. Anyone who attempts to tell you otherwise, including yourself, lie, see your results. Let's face it, one of the greatest challenges we face is balancing business. You're bored. Because they do these things that they don't want to be doing because it's easy. I'm not going to sugarcoat the truth. So he just really wanted to highlight this section. I find it interesting that they totally broke their mold, which is good, right? And pattern interrupts to highlight it in a totally different way. On one hand, it can, if you're doing too many crazy different things with your page, it doesn't look professional. It almost is doing the opposite of making it look upscale and high end. If you're doing too many different types of borders and textures and backgrounds and like if you've got too much of that going on, it would be a good rule of thumb to just pick a few that you're using and just feel free to repeat them. Because this page is so long, maybe they felt like they needed to switch it up a little bit more, add that in there. I think it works well. I don't think that this is looking cluttered or unprofessional at all. This is just a repeat graphic here. My clock has like reset. I don't know why that reset. I think that our time is up though. So this, again, if you just want to come check it out, wakeupwarriorchallenge.com is the site. You can come look at it. I really wanted to get down here to the like offer to see what kind of graphics he has. It looks like he's breaking down like the steps, maybe his different modules or principles or the days or however it works for his particular thing. He's got focuses. So focus number 1 was perspective. Focus number 2 is power. So he's got these different graphics to serve as headlines for that, which I think is really awesome. He's got a different picture of himself in each one. And he's definitely not hiding his personality in these. So people know when they buy into this offer, they know what they're getting, right? I'm sure that they get that from the video as well. Let's see, I just want to scroll down. Got a bunch of testimonials. We'll get to these tomorrow. But yeah, okay, there we go. So here's more mock-ups. We've got audiobooks. So even though that they're audiobooks, he still has a graphic for them. He is still showing like basically as if it were a book printed, this is what it would look like. And he does actually have these as books because I have one sitting on my shelf. I have this one here that he gave out at FHL, but he's got the AirPods here indicating this is audio, and they have this highlighted indicating it's audio. So people are very clear what it is, but that doesn't stop them from using a book as a visual. All right, guys, that's going to be it. Oh, look, he's got his shield down here again as well, which is awesome. That's a super long page. So we did go over our time a little bit today. But I think it was really, really cool diving in and just seeing, like, look at all of the different patterns they're using, the different widths and the different backgrounds. And it's really cool just to see what other people are doing so that you feel like you're empowered to, like if you're building your own page and you're like, well, am I using too many different things? Am I using, like, how do I put backgrounds? Like, do I put them in sections right next to each other? Like, how do I break this up? Is just look at what these people are doing. Look at what Garrett's doing. Whoever built his page did a really good job, and it is visually interesting, and it's such a long page that they had to keep people's interest on it. So they did a really awesome job. So that is it for today. Real quick, go to funnelfactorshow.com. Get into the free Funnel Factor Vault. We have Brooke Castillo week from last week is now uploaded in there, and you can binge watch all of the other episodes. You can also get access to the free trust test. You can take your funnel through its own trust test and get some feedback and tips through doing that. And last but not least, if you want to just have a quick chat with me and let us get to know each other, there's no strings attached to this at all, but you can put #funnelfriend down in the comments and we'll just connect if we haven't connected before and have a chat and get to know each other. And I'm looking for people that want to be my real life friends that are in this amazing world and are doing amazing things. So that's it, guys. Watch the replay if you just jumped on. I see someone just jumped on, but we'll see you tomorrow with more Garrett J. White.